What's going on, boxing fans? It's your boy Pool Kind of Boxing, coming back at you with another boxing video for the boxing heads and the boxing minds. If you don't mind, please smash that like button for your boy and subscribe to my channel and for more hardcore boxing content. Now, we have Shakur Stevenson versus Jamel Herring. Now, these two fighters are really good down at 130. Jamel Herring is the champion. But they don't really have bad blood. What we have is an older champion in Jamel Herring who won the belt from Carl Frampton. And Carl Frampton, not to get too far off track, he's one of those guys that duck Gary Russell. One of them guys who went around the best competition to stay on top, and they played keep away from the black fighters. So a win against Carl Frampton, in my opinion, isn't a big deal. It's only a big deal because Jamel Herring got the opportunity to fight him. He gave a black fighter an opportunity, and the first time that happened, Carl Frampton got beat. He got beat. And so Jamel Herring ended up with the belt, and now he is the man. So, down there, everybody's chasing after Oscar Valdez, and who's also playing keep away, who also ducked Gary Russell. So you can see what's going on in sports where fighters are not interested in fighting the talented black fighters, but they're always looking forward to see the talented black fighters fight each other. So here we have Shakur Stevenson, who's a talented black fighter, up and coming / Floyd Mayweather type fighter, right? So they see it. They see the athletic ability. They see he's able to walk on water, with his defense, with his reflexes, his speed, his personality. He could do everything in the ring well. He's just a dynamic fighter. So they're already comparing him to Floyd Mayweather. And so there's going to be a lot of pressure on Shakur Stevenson to go out there and really put it on Jamel Herring. Now, with Jamel Herring being trained by Bomac, and that's going to be interesting because they're all like a family over there. So you got Bomac, who trains Terrence Crawford, and Terrence Crawford helps train Shakur Stevenson. They train together sometimes. So I'm pretty sure that, with all the excellent boxing and talent and skills we see in Shakur Stevenson, he's picking up tidbits, training with Terrence Crawford. And it's rubbing off, and you can see it in the purity of his boxing skills in the ring. So, Shakur Stevenson is the future. He's hungry, and he's constantly, working on his craft, constantly learning and picking up things, whereas Jamel Herring is the past. He's fundamentally sound. He's a good fighter, but he's not a great fighter. So, but he is the bigger guy. He is the bigger guy. So, Shakur Stevenson is going to have to go in there and do what he do, in my opinion, be a defensive fighter and box him to a unanimous decision, because Jamel Herring can pick up, on any mistakes that Shakur Stevenson make and capitalize on them. I don't think he can outbox Shakur Stevenson, because Shakur Stevenson has just got too many gifts. He has, he just has too many intangibles that Jamel Herring is just too old, in my opinion, to take full advantage of. But if Shakur Stevenson, let's say, go in there and try to do something out of character, like, be overly aggressive, trying to put on the show, then Jamel Herring could take advantage of Shakur on the front foot, you know what I'm saying, opening up and get his offense in, and that could be bad for Shakur Stevenson. But with Tim Bradley over there trying to push Shakur Stevenson and try to really like bait him into becoming a more offensive fighter, that could be bad for Shakur Stevenson if he falls into that line of baiting from Tim Bradley, because every time Shakur Stevenson fights, Tim Bradley is always commentating, and he's always trying to make it seem like Shakur Stevenson fights are boring because he's using his defense well, and he's staying out of danger, and he's not taking any risks. But Shakur Stevenson is always outboxing his opponents. But Bradley, seems like he wants him to open up offensively like a Terrence Crawford and go in there for the kill. But some fighters, you have to stay within your discipline, man. You can't do what other fighters do. You know what I'm saying? Till you develop that into your game. So top ranked media is putting pressure on Shakur Stevenson, trying to make it look like this is a do or die situation for Shakur Stevenson, trying to put the pressure on him to make it seem like he got to knock out Jamel Herring or something, and that's just not the case. And so it's just kind of pathetic, what them guys do over there in that booth. You know what I'm saying? Trying to, put unnecessary pressure, by comparing Shakur Stevenson to Floyd Mayweather, and yet they still downplay Floyd Mayweather at the same time. You got half the announcers saying Floyd is great, and it's a backhanded compliment. You know what I'm saying? That he only wants the money. He wasn't knocking out people. You know what I'm saying? So, it's just kind of interesting dynamic they got going over there at Top Rank. How they just try to control the narrative, and how they try to, how they kind of wishy-washy, when it comes to, complimenting fighters and what they mean and what they want from their fighters. You know what I'm saying? So, Shakur Stevenson just got to be himself, and don't end up like an Adrian Bronner. You know what I'm saying? Because you remember when Adrian Bronner was, going through people, and you know what I'm saying. Of course, they tagged him with the Floyd Mayweather like comparison, and then that's when he met Marcos Maidana, and Marcos Maidana knocked him into next week, and that's when his whole career just started taking a nosedive. And in my opinion, he was moving up too quick, and he was trying to be a fighter that he wasn't. He's not Floyd Mayweather, so he don't have Floyd Mayweather's defensive capabilities to be able to move up like that and use his defense to protect him. So he was getting whacked out. So, and plus he stopped throwing after Madonna clocked him. So he became a basket case of trauma. So I don't want that for Shakur Stevenson. I want him to move up slowly. I want him to develop slowly and the right way. So, and don't have these older cats, what I'm saying, getting into his head and trying to make him move like Adrian Bronner. Then he moves up to somebody who can take 15 punches in a row, and then he gets hurt, he gets damaged, and then we lose some fights out of Shakur Stevenson because he moved up too fast. You see what I'm saying? So that happens. Another one is Fernando Vargas, and he just happened to come up during a time when you had, nothing but, killers. And, Fernando Vargas could have, he was good himself. He had so much potential, just like Shakur Stevenson, but he kept going up against the all-time greats, and he was getting smashed. You know what I'm saying? Oscar De La Hoya. He went up against Tito, and he was just facing them guys too early in his career, and that's what you don't want from Shakur Stevenson. You don't want him going in there trying to prove something. You know what I'm saying? Trying to fall in love with trying to knock out fighters that got to be broke down, and he just needs to assess his career and just do what he does. You know what I'm saying? And don't try to please Tim Bradley. You know what I'm saying? Who's obviously is obviously here to see the world burn after he suffered his horrific loss to Manny Pacquiao. He went through some kind of mental mind rearranging shit going on there because the world hated him for getting those fake wins against Manny Pacquiao. So now he wants to see the world burn like Nero, and he's just gonna shit on whoever he want to shit on, and he's just one of those jokers that's he want to see chaos, and you don't care because he's not in the game anymore. You know what I'm saying? And he contradicts himself. You don't care, so he's like a troll that's commentating. So Shakur Stevenson, by unanimous decision, of course, we know he has all the speed, he has all the, he has the 1-2, the reflexes, he has the fast feet, he has the defense to defeat Jamel Herring, and I just think Jamel Herring is the pass. He has experience. I don't know why people say this is a 50-50 fight, just because Jamel Herring is a Marine, he's disciplined, and he's fundamentally sound, but, I don't think he has the gifts to really give Shakur Stevenson a problem except by, just staying fundamental, but he's going to get outboxed. I don't think Shakur Stevenson is really going to try to TKO him or anything like that because Jamel Herring, they have sparred. He knows Stevenson's weaknesses. He knows what he can do, and I think what we're going to see is a very highly skilled, a very technical fight, and I think it's going to be a unanimous decision for Shakur Stevenson. But that's pretty much all I got. This has been Pool Counter Boxing, and see you guys in the next one. Oh, make sure you smash that like button and subscribe to my channel. See you guys in the next one.